Whatever the setbacks of the moment, nothing can stop us now. Whatever the difficulties, Africa shall be at peace. However improbable it may sound to the skeptics, Africa will prosper.
Education is the light in a dark room. It's the spark of a dream, a passport to the future, and the seed of generational change. Through education, we reflect on yesterday and define tomorrow. Unisa stands at the pinnacle of education through open distance e-learning with a footprint of students in 130 countries worldwide. Rooted in South Africa and the African continent, Unisa can truly claim to be the African university in the service of humanity. Since the founding of the university in 1873, as an examining body, we have been a trailblazer. Unisa is the first and only institution in South Africa to carry our country's name with pride and the first public university in the world to exclusively teach by means of distance education, an ever-changing dynamic university with a global reach. Unisa's history spans the entire modern history of South Africa, opening up a world of academic study opportunities to former activists and struggle heroes, thought leaders, business people, legal experts, acclaimed entertainers, and sports stars. The university takes pride in the more than 900,000 alumni making their mark in diverse fields and capacities. At Unisa, the World Wide Web is our educational playground, but we also have beautiful and impressive campuses. Unisa's Makkelneuk campus is located in the city of Tshwane and is a major landmark of the capital city. We encouraged our students to communicate with the university via online platforms, but you can visit the Unisa's Sunnyside campus, the perfect setting for students to engage with fellow students over a cup of inspiration. The Science Campus in Florida, Johannesburg, is designed to meet the education and research needs of students in a range of programs, including agriculture, nature conservation, consumer sciences, engineering, computing, and physics, to name a few. Students in the sciences now have access to Unisa's own laboratories, housing some of the most state-of-the-art infrastructure and laboratory equipment available. Distance learning requires that you study at your own time and in your own space, but that doesn't mean you're on your own. You can also visit a Unisa regional center to get advice, meet other students, make use of Unisa services, have conversations with counselors, and use our academic libraries. We offer an unparalleled range of study choices, ranging from short courses and certificate programs to 3- and 4-year degrees, diplomas, as well as master's and doctoral degrees, with close to 380,000 current students. Our rich tapestry of study disciplines includes the College of Accounting Sciences, Agriculture and Environmental Sciences, Economic and Management Sciences, Education, Graduate Studies, Human Sciences, Law, Science, Engineering and Technology, and the Graduate School of Business Leadership, as well as the Thabo Mbeki School of Public and International Affairs. As a comprehensive open-distance e-learning pioneer, Unisa is known for delivering well-designed, interactive study material and integrated student support. Students have access to a menu of support services ranging from face-to-face tutorials and academic literacy services to study groups and e-tutors. One of Unisa's main aims is to harness the new and emerging potential in information and communication technology, catapulting the university into a truly digital future. To this end, examinations are conducted on college-specific exam portals and are accessed from the My Exams portal. Unisa is well placed to address society's most demanding challenges by using research to meaningfully transform the lives of those in our communities. To that end, Unisa is working towards instituting the following catalytic niche areas: Marine Studies, Aviation and Aeronautical Studies, Automotive Studies, Energy Studies, Space Study and Square Kilometer Array, Fourth Industrial Revolution and Digitalization, Natural Sciences, Health Studies or Medicine, Feminist, Womanist, Bosadi Theorizations, and Student Support and Co-Curricular Activities. As Africa's leading open-distance e-learning university, Unisa strives to keep up with the constantly evolving higher education landscape in order to serve our students to the best of our ability. We can reflect with great pride on the past 150 years of transformational education, and we are confident in our ability to succeed and become a truly high-performance university as we define tomorrow.
The University of South Africa prides itself for being the African university, shaping futures in the service of humanity. We congratulate all our students for having walked this journey with us. And today, we celebrate you for having successfully completed your qualifications. To you we say, Halala. To all our graduates and diplomandi in this ceremony, please pay attention to the following instructions. For degree qualifications, a graduations officer will signal degree candidates to rise and approach the stage. You will need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand with your hood already draped over your shoulders. One of the official photography officers will take the yellow photography card from you. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up onto the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand in your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. You will then proceed towards the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor or Acting Vice Chancellor and kneel with your right knee on the stool. At this point, your degree will be conferred. You will then proceed to the next official who will congratulate you by shaking your hand. Continue towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Turn and face the audience and remember to stand on the mat with feet markers in front of the registrar and smile for the camera. A second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table at the far right to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. For postgraduate and undergraduate diploma candidates, you will also be wearing your hoods before entering the hall. You will be signaled by a graduations officer to rise and approach the stage. You need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up to the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. Proceed towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Stop in front of the registrar and stand on the mat with feet markers. Turn and face the audience. Your second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table on the far right of the stage to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area, where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. We hope that you will enjoy this occasion.
By the virtue of the powers vested upon me this evening as the acting Vice-Chancellor, I constitute this gathering a congregation of the University of South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I request that you join us in a silent prayer, be it a meditation or any other form in which you connect with the deity, as we give thanks for the achievements being celebrated this evening in this ceremony. You may be seated. the Chancellor in his absentia, His Excellency Dr. Thabo Mvuyelwa-Mbeki, members of Council and their partners, some of whom will be watching us through streaming this evening, the Vice Chancellor and Principal of the University of South Africa, in her absentia, she sends her greetings and love, Professor Puleng Linkebula, to the graduates' family, members, parents, sisters, brothers, children, grandparents, cousins, aunts, uncles, friends, and loved ones, graduates, supporters, our suppliers, funders, Unisa alumni, and most importantly, to you, our graduating class of 2022-2023, Sanbonan. Molweni, Tobelang, Avuan, Nya, Dumelang, Goeienaand, good evening, Jambo. All protocol is observed. My name is Professor Tenjiwe Meiwa. I'm the Vice Principal responsible for research, postgraduate studies, and innovation. It is my honor this evening to serve in this ceremony as the acting Vice Chancellor in the absence of the Vice Chancellor whose heart and soul and love is here. The Chancellor himself, coincidentally, Dr. Thabo Mbeki, one of the very valued ex-presidents of this country, I had a meeting with him earlier this evening. We were working on his library. I express my honor accompanied to act as the Vice Chancellor and am accompanied by my colleagues who are officiating, and want to introduce them to you for the purposes of the record. And because, you know, we actually are streaming right now, we're on the World Wide Web. And this is for your children and great children, generations to come. We're making history. This evening, I have Dr. Mieza, who is the acting registrar. The registrar rapes the people, robes them. From the college, representatives from the College of Human Sciences, I have Professor Nkosi, who's the executive dean. I have Dr. Naidu from the college. I have Professor Madise, also from the College of Human Sciences. From the College of Education, I have Professor Tabane, who is a director manager within the college. He is accompanied by Professor Mudau, as well as Dr. Ehebe from the College of Education. From the College of Science, Engineering and Technology, I have Mr. Buyeza. And from the College of Economic and Management Sciences, I have Dr. Masichaba. Graduates, diplomats, the total that we're graduating this evening is 573, but those that will walk the stage are 324. For us, this is an important ceremony where we're celebrating you, and in that fashion, we do this indeed in style. We are appreciative of that you make Unisa tick. Despite all the challenges and the fact that we could be in the media for reasons that are not factual as yet, but you know how it's like when there are too many fish, if you have seen, especially along the coast of Durban, the time of the sardines, there's so many that you can actually hardly see them, and some of them fall off indeed. But a big fish like Unisa, we're turning 150 years this year. We're senior and we're the oldest university in the land. Of course, you know, it's nice to nudge on and make little of big fish, but big fish tend to just look and give you a certain look. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, today is a ceremony that we celebrate you. Today is a ceremony that I'm happy to say that we are having graduates that have really walked the path in the manner that we expected them to. Today we graduate you. Today we celebrate you. You've done well. I'm delighted that in our existence of 150 years, we boast about 400,000 students within our books. Actually, it's 500,000 to be exact, because a number of those that are within us are not registered properly. We often do assist those that are not even in our books and those that are actually within our short courses. We exist in 31 campuses across all 9 provinces, and we also exist beyond the shoulders of this country. More than half of all Black African chartered accountants in South Africa are Unisa products. I want to let you know that we are very happy that we have you this evening and accompanied by your supporters. Just a bit of what's going to happen. The ceremony is a little less than 2 hours, very short. This is the first part that I'm doing. After this first part, we will have the Chancellor's address. The Chancellor is the tutelar head of the university. He sends his love and greetings and hugs and kisses. That is Dr. Thabo Mbuyelo-Mbeki. He has sent his voice through Professor Madise of the College of Human Sciences, who will come after this introductory welcome. And can I say that I know you've been informed of this, that you're so important. We've rolled out a new red carpet for you this evening, refresh, and of course we have 5 cameras just for you, because we know that we're recording this and it shall be available on the World Wide Web, and therefore we expect you to take the moment as you walk the stage. You'll see that the feet here. Please do stand there and face the front and the cameras that we actually have invested in a lot of money for you. It's your day. It's your evening. You well look, indeed well dressed. Wow, you're on point. Let it be your evening. Professor Madise, please, on behalf of the Chancellor.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, Professor Meiwa, the Acting Registrar, Dr. Mieza, college representatives, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Well, I'll repeat again, it doesn't seem like there's an excitement that tonight is a graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I am honored to be delivering the Chancellor's address at this graduation tonight and to share the excitement with you, the graduates. Warm congratulations to every one of you. And today I want to talk to you about the graduation and maybe even to say a commission to all of you who are graduating. Historically, graduations were referred to as a degree ceremony. This is a tradition that dates back to antiquity, and it was also established around the 11th century in the medieval universities, particularly the university in Paris, known as Bologna. This tradition was for the privileged aristocrats and their achievement, and this gave reason for a greater separation or divide between them and the aristocracy, as well as peasantry. At these selected universities, students were called apprentices, and they learned skills from masters of certain crafts. At the end of their study, the apprentice achieved a testimonial of skill, which today we call the degree. The apprentice was then expected to begin teaching in the field in which he had studied after receiving that testimonial. The graduation ceremony is celebrate the apprentice's induction into the profession of a craft. These celebrations were usually very inward-looking and individualistic. It is at this same tradition that it has spread out through the world, and today graduations have become a common phenomenon. And this is a phenomenon that you find even the pompous celebration in our play schools will also graduate the great arts. Dear friends, it is important that we continuously reflect on the significance of occasions such as this one. In the postmodern era, graduations continue to be pompous and celebrations in which everything in the program can only happen in a pedantic fashion. The emphasis is on the individuals and his or her achievement within the ambience of aggressive and sometimes unhealthy competition. This context has a propensity to make a distinction between students from satisfactory to super best. Sad to say, but this type of individualistic and unhealthy competition is one of the reasons why social class distinction has become so rife and people of the same nationality being so hugely divided. We may not have a display of aristocracy the way it used to be, but we are caught up in the remnant of an era that no longer exists. We live in a society that defines success in terms of a fierce competition and triumphing over others, making and earning of large sums of money, owning or driving best cars, living in the most exquisite suburbs and expensive homes, wearing exclusive designer clothing, eating out at the most popular restaurants and drinking the most expensive spirits, wines. The list of the vain consumerist definition of success is endless. Hence, for people within this framework, a graduation is yet another mechanism that adds to their status in society. In modern society, this must be contrary to the graduation ceremony and must bring a completely different focus. The emphasis at graduation should strongly not be related to a celebration of achievement of the individuals per se. In fact, the emphasis must be on a broader outlook. This must be a celebration of hard work and sweat, which displays the spirit of resilience, commitment, and resolute in the quest to create an environment suitable to everyone who sacrificed to ensure that you become agents of change desired by all. Talking about sacrifice, I am referring to your parents, husbands, wives, who rendered their support for you to fulfill your dreams. Tonight's graduation ceremony is not a celebration of academic achievement of individuals only. It is a celebration of the collective achievement. It is not a celebration of a competitive victory over others. In fact, it is a celebration of a collective victory with others. The one message I want to convey to you is to remember those looking up to you to bring hope and change in their lives. South Africa is faced with many challenges today. We see interest rates going up. Some families recently lost or were wiped out by COVID-19, while other families are headed by children who in the process have seen their dreams of becoming something in society vanished in front of them or in front of their eyes. People lose their properties due to high cost of living. Poverty is continuously throwing itself on communities which seem to have lost hope. Servant leadership is lacking, and no quality service is rendered to people. And people are sent to leadership through lying and enriching themselves and isolate society to which they made false promises. It is inevitable for you graduates to recall the struggles and journeys which involve not only sleepless nights, but the background from which you come from. Bear in mind that graduation does not mean soft life, but that it's time to fold the sleeves of your shirt and get your hands dirty and start digging and going into the trenches to offer quality leadership. Focus on the job at hand, and that is to facilitate transformation and for the betterment of a larger society. In conclusion, I want to congratulate you as people who have committed themselves to having Unisa as an institution of choice. I thank you.
Thank you, Professor Madise, on behalf of the Chancellor, our tutelar head, His Excellency Dr. Mfuyelwa Thabo Mbeki. You've accentuated the being of Mbeki himself in terms of having change that brings about the impact that's necessary, in particular for the families. We're having some of the graduates coming in right now. In my culture, when you acknowledge Indlunkulu, you have to be on your bum and not on your feet. And in this way, I want to acknowledge the royal family that are gracing this ceremony this evening, Prince Mandla Zulu, as well as Prince Makhosi Zulu. Accompanying them, or rather they are accompanying Zandile Ngobese, who's a family member. Nina Bendlunkulu. Also, I want to acknowledge Ndlunkulu, Professor Ngubane, who is also on this stage. As soon as our graduates are seated, we're going to continue with the third part of the ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, we start with the conferment of the degrees and diplomas, and may I kindly request that you do not leave the hall until we have had our very last graduate being honored. The first one is as important as the very last one. It's a very short ceremony of less than 2 hours, and we request that you honor everyone as expected. By the virtue of the powers entrusted upon me this evening as the acting Vice-Chancellor, I shall now proceed to confer the degrees and diplomas of the university on the candidates whose names appear in the program, and I request the representatives of the colleges to present the candidates to me.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, Namhla Stella Madolo receives the degree of Master of Arts. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honours. Emil Ewin Anthony, degree obtained with distinction. Smile. Nosipho Brightness Gwala, degree obtained with distinction. Muhammad Sabir Khan. Okay. Mishkat Lahe. Precious Nomfundo Madonna. Thandazile Happiness Nguni. Naledi Zamantu Singema, degree obtained with distinction. Nelly Swangidi. Samukelisiwe Busiswa Nkosi. Camera. Erin Lena Schloms, degree obtained with distinction. Katera Kaylee van der Poel, degree obtained with distinction. Kim Tracy White, degree obtained with distinction. Marike White, degree obtained with distinction. Are you sisters or twins? No. Okay, we're gonna do a double photo. Yeah. Thank you. Nompilo Zondi, degree obtained with distinction. Zamile Zungu.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree Honours Bachelor of Education. Wait. Cecil Favorite Majola. Kanyisile Hazel Mthethwa Nyembe. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree Bachelor of Education. Afikile Ngamsile Bengu. Lindokuhle Valencia Buthelezi. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Pindile Senzekile Dlamini obtains her degree with distinction. Nokulunga Nomthandazo Melissa Edwardes. Bongiwe Monica Hlongwane. Cebile Mbali Khoza. Hlakanipho Champion Kumar. Tabile Shamaine Madonse. Tobile Lungile Magubani. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Thandazile Praisewell Makoba receives her degree with distinction. Patience Mosele Machan. Nomvuselo Banda. Spesihle Primrose Bonambi. Charity Nokupiwa Mkulu. Sinegugu Zoloka Meyiwa. Meyiwa. Dovula Puleng Mfupi, degree obtained with distinction. Nonkululeko Welile Mkhize. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Jabulile Polite Mlambo receives a degree with distinction. Spelele Velile Non-Tetelelo Mlambo receives a degree with distinction. Nokukhanya Msomi. Stabile Msomi. Zuzeni Msomi. Noxolo Zamokuhle Mthethwa. Bona Gladys Mieza. Zothile Ntombifikile Mzeleni. Mendi Poshiam Zobe. Ndumiso Nduduzo Ndlovu. Namhla Mnqobo. Nomhla Zinhle Phoshiya Nqobo. Zandile Nomkhosi Ngobese. Tshepiso Lerato Eunice Mokoena. Lindokuhle Gugungwenya. Nompumelelo Judith Nkabinde. Fezile Sinqobile Ntimbane. Pinky Non-Tethelelo Ntuli receives a degree with distinction. Minenhle Bridget Shandu. Nosipho Nyawose. Nosipho? Phumzile Sibiya. Fezeka Vusani. Nontutuko Cynthia Zimu. Nontutuko. Nomzamo Standiwe Zuma. Pindile Millicent Zuma. Nontutuko Bonisiwe Zungu. Kamani Barath. Julianne Beck. Candice Borden High receives her degree with distinction. Naima Bax. Samishka Shatragun received her degree with distinction. Annie Chetty. Nosipo Annette Dlamini. Aliyah Esop. Michelle Ganesh. Janisha Govenda. Sanele Ernest Gumede. Nompumelelo Tracy Hlatshwayo. Londi Wehlozi. Nompilo Penelope Kambule. Londe. Thank you, Londe. Nabila Khan. Zoben Rosenkrantz Mayinga. Sanele Sizakele Kumalo. Tembisile Tulisiwe Kubeka. Nomthandazo Petronella Magubani. Madam Active Vice Chancellor, Prof. Meiwa, Nokulunga Nontobeko Magwaza receives her degree with distinction. Cindy Swasnetamba Magwaza. Noma Zwide, Figile Masuku. Bonisile Faith Mbuisa. Nobuhle Memela. Dibuseng Beauty Molefe. Lena kai batla we apara nomthanda somsimango nothando msimango anele zanele Linet Mthethwa. Nomvelo Myeki. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor Selisha Nair receives a degree with distinction. Fanele sibonge ndawonde. Bonisiwe Doreen Ndlovu. Keshari Pillay receives her degree with distinction. Nikita Salik. Sanelisiwe Pel Shange. Wendy van Rensburg. Monique. Okay. Monique Vermeulen. Nompilo Pel Zibi. Busisiwe Princess Zikali.
Nomusa Ana Maria Viase. Pel Pilile Butelezi. Kelimusa Kele. Svahle Day. Zanele Precious Dladla. Nogukanya Patricia Dlamini. Nolwazi babhekile Dlamini. Nompilo Zambile Dlamini. Happy Pretty Dubazana. Nokwanda Dube. Pindile Mabizela. Andile Kumede. Mbali Sizakele Kumede. Nonhlakanipho Hadebe, Nompumelelo Whitney Hlatshwayo, Nompumelelo Precious Hlope, Ushista Homrans degree obtained with distinction. Cheyenne Sky Jones. Luyandan Leduktulan Kalipa. Lirato Kaula. Pindile Priska Koso. Nokolo Nosbusiso Kumalo. Slindile Zama Kwashube. Andiswa Joanis Madondo. Nokwanda Madonsela. Tembi Constance Makanya. Nobuhle Patricia Makatini. Rashma Mangai Pasad. Zipo Manwiro, degree obtained with distinction. Nosipo Princess Manzini. Caesar Paul Mapumulo. Zetu Charity Mavuso. Happy Girl Wisile Mazibuko. Kalangani Bambo. Mwelisi Robert Mbele, Tandega Yvonne Mbingo, Sinakho konke nothando Mbogazi, Phumelele Happiness Mbongwa, Nolwandile Mbuli, Nosipho Mchunu, Ayanda Nombuso Mdlalose, Sandile Nhlanhla Mdluli, Nomusa Ntombizodwa Mhlongo, Silimko Mjoli, Dumisa Goodman Mkhize, Linet Sana Mlaba, Sinenkanka Kamkile Mlambo, Sipesihle Hopewell Mlangeni, degree obtained with distinction. Silungile Happiness Mnguni, Zanele Mnyaka, Vachigile Monica Mnyai, Andile Cheryl Mukachani, Melisha Mudlin, degree obtained with distinction. Andiswa Kashwana, Wiselapi Patricia Musomi, Non-Clem Musomi, Ayanda Faith Utambo, Zonke Prudence Mutembu, Sibusiso Patrick Mtiano, Fundiswa Vumile Truthful Utombeni, Dombenklem Uchali, Zanelem Rosemary Uchali, Sibongeleni Sanele Mzileni, Kumbuzile Priska Mzizi, Sylvester Tombilaise Mzizi, Pavla Maker, Shanice Maker, Danes Pari Naidu, degree obtained with distinction. Towazile Cynthia Nganana, Kwenziwe Nkosi Ngokwana, Thobani Ndlovu, Noguphiwa Sanelisiwe Ndobela,
Boxing. Nosipho Ngaphalala. Ntokozo Christopher Spesihle Ngobo. Sinethemba Ephraim Ngobo, degrees obtained with distinction. Phindile Ngema. Bongiwe Phindile Ngobese. Leroy Nkululeko Ngubane. Phakamisani Siyabonga Ngubane. Thuleleni Unisa Ngwazi. Kosiam. Zinhle Winfrida Njagazi. Nothando Anele Ntuli. La Aibo Ima. Nang ano bisita. Then ya imakanya. La Kimpile Numalo. Panjan. Sonnet Panjan. Sorry. Mazwi Phelelisani Khatebe. Epoxy. Noluthando Khatebe. Epoxy, beke lapha.
Mutsabi Sitleko.
Okay. Mutsabi Sitleko. Abidia Sheikh. Pinky Zinhle Shange. Zanele Shange. Epoxin. Yes. Vumile Shezi. Nonhlanhla Shoba. Smangele Precious Sibisi. Ngenya boxing. Yes. Kwenziwe zakhe Sibiya.
I hate spotlight, man.
Mfundo Sikhakhane.
Yafika ma, ngiyabona.
Thank you. Ishal Singh. Lizega Atenkosi Spatala. Okay. Celine Simon Sudaram. Brunel John Upton.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure. God's will, Usher.
Paseo Valad.
Okay, good. Prashil Valab. Maureen Kaba. Bongegile Barbara Zulu. Epoxy, yes. Fisokuhle Siphesihle Zulu. Singisiwe na Lady Zuma. Buyisile Gloria Pretty Zungu. Sabelo Prince Ele. Rita Nokuzola Tonto. Londiwe Valencia Dlamini. Zethembiso Dlamini. Cynthia Nothando Dube. Rename Nothando Khuluse. Siphumelele Goodness Khumalo.
Joel, Lachilotanli.
Oh my goodness.
Want me to say it?
Okay, you're not allowed to. Okay, let's do. Joel Laval Latulip Tanle. Siphokazi Victoria Madlebe. Singobile Madonda. Winnie Pretty Mafuleka. Bongekile VP Vicky Mapipa. Mbali Phindile Masikane. Sakhile Siyabonga Mjuli. Mhlonipheni Andile Mkhwanazi. Zanele Joyful Mwabe. Nokubonga Mngoma. Amanda Mseleko. Mbali Faith Mthethwa. Sethabile Kholiwe Myeni. Nokwanda Charity Ndwandwe. Samgelisiwe Precious Ngamu. Rose Ntombenhle Ngcobo. Silondile Kwanele Ngiba. Yebo yakulo mama ufake ingubo eblue. Eboxini, ngene eboxini. Nasoke. Figelephi ngobese. Yes. Namgo akho. Namgo akho. Thuli Zanele Ngubane. He's telling me how to read her singing. Nonkazimulo Sinethemba Njogo. Boxing. Nombuso Nxele. Bheka camera. Thobeka Cynthia Nzimande. Sanelisiwe Precious Shabane. Camera ungene boxing. Lungelo Phiwa Inkosi Shandu. You look good. Yeah. Mlindi Shange, the degrees obtained with distinction. Oh, safe. Slindile Shwabete. Look at that. Yeah. Ube kankosi ungiphumelelise. Nonkululeko Sibiya. Yeah. Nolwazi Sikhakhane, degree obtained with distinction. Ube kankosi usiphumelelise. Wait. Yeah, wait. I have to call your name first. Buyel. Nasoke. Pelile Ivan Sithole. Camera. Zodwa Sithole. Nombulelo Cindy Xolo. Wandile Kongo. Ayanda Nokuphila Zikhali. Ntando Yenkosi True Love Zungu. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received a degree of Bachelor of Social Work. Nozipho Vincentia Dlamini. Samantha Patricia Foche. Namfunda Prosper Muleme. Vamile Wendy Mthethwa. Just wait for her. Sukuma. Sukuma. Kethiwe Margaret Nxumalo. Ndileka Yvonne Zikana. Okay, let's wait. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received a degree of Bachelor of Arts in Nursing Science. Cindy Swa Praiseworth Dlamini. Sethembile Zamaphephetwa Gabashe. Lungile Immaculate Magaba. Yanambal Nayaga. Pamela Thelma Nomkhosi Ntanzi. Virashni Reddy, degree obtained with distinction. Rosanne Runkanathan, degree obtained with distinction.
Number 15. Okay. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Thamsanqa Sibusiso Caba. Paul Zuzokuhle Mbanjo. Beryl Zvelile Mlambo. Tshireletso Nkwani. Nabila Bayat, degree obtained with distinction. James Christopher Boscher. Ngamile Wendy Penelope Dlamini. Zoliswa Dlamini. Luyanda Zama Gama. Normally Fortunate Kabashe. Normally. Lindokuhle True Love Gumede. Queen Sheila Johnson. I called her name. I called her name. Okay, I'll call it. Queen Sheila Johnson. Samkelo Kulu. Okay. Mandisa Magaja. Charity Magaza. Bongeka Poshia Mapumulo. Pumla Meshia Mbambo. Andile Mfihlakalo Mbatha. Nompumelelo Lydia Mbatha. Okay, Madam Vice Chancellor, a member of staff, Nelly Mbele. Happiness Kanyisile Mdunge. Andiswa Mguni. Nomusa Deliwe Mpondomise. Nomanda Msindo. Simbongile Tubelihle Mvelase. Snethemba Benzeleni Ngobo. Mbalentle Don Nyembe. Josem Joy Sandalamo, degree obtained with distinction. Yamkela Tembelitu Sibiya. Tandeka Cynthia Yende. Kuvesha Naidu. Nomusa Nora Ngobese. Luyanda Ntombifuti Dlamini. Zanele Winnie Gabela. Bronwyn Gardiner, degree obtained with distinction. Jamie Ann Manning. Olona Nusani. Pamela Nonsikelelo Ngubani. Minentle Nomagugu Ngumalo. Talent Nontobeko Ngumalo. Silethukuhle amahle Snamile Timba.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, the diploma candidates will now be introduced to you. Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, Thandeka Prudence Chiliza receives the postgraduate diploma in the College of Human Sciences. Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the diploma in the College of Human Sciences. Busisiwe Sele. Nokulunga Precious Mavundla, diploma obtained with distinction. Smangele Rosemary Mbata. Nontombeko Mlaba. Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, Nokwazi Judith Sele receives the National Diploma.
Circle down. We wait for all our graduates to be seated. That's how much we value. It's an honor this evening to render congratulatory remarks to all our graduates of the colleges of Education and Human Sciences. You have joined a number of what we now call you, some of you will be coming back for the second time, unisons. You become the alumni of more than 50,000 students that we're graduating this year. Across the world, we have 22 alumni chapters. The University of South Africa is the only university that actually is an international university in the country. We go beyond the borders of South Africa. Every Unisa graduate is remarkable, and many are to be found in most senior levels of society across the world. Could you please have silence that side? It is hard, I know, graduates, for you to have come such a long way. This has been demonstrated by a number of congratulations and accolades you were giving yourselves on the red carpet. As I said earlier, you join a number of alumni, very significant ones of that. We have afforded study opportunities for years on end in the past 150 years to those that were incarcerated on the Robben Island, for instance. We continue to do so with the only university that affords the kind of education we do to the incarcerated people who are in jails. And going back, our very first Nobel Prize winner, the first president of the Democratic Republic of South Africa, Mandela, graduated through Unisa. We've graduated another struggle hero, although in his later years, he may possibly have say something different. Robert Mugabe, we trained him. We trained Archbishop Empress Desmond Tutu. We trained Mr. Ahmed Kathrada. We trained the retired judge, Mogoeng. We trained Justice Dikgang Moseneke. We trained Sizwe Nxasana, the former Chief Executive Officer of the First Rand Limited. If you see FNB today, how it has actually gone the heights that it has, those were created during the time that our student, Susan Nxasana, the chartered accountant, was actually at the helm. We've trained Justice Daya Pillay, the judge of the High Court. We've trained Lisecha Kganyago, if you look at your notes, even the new ones, the governor of the South African Reserve Bank, we've trained him. We've also trained the very first and only woman who's been a governor of the Reserve Bank. We've trained Trevor Manuel. Some of you may not be old enough to remember him as the Minister of Finance. We've also trained Malema. We don't take any responsibility for what he says, but we trained him. What I'm demonstrating here, ladies and gentlemen, our graduates, is that you're joining an illustrious alumni. This is just but a few of them. The graduation this evening is a culmination of your perseverance, a culmination of your hard work, a culmination of sleepless nights, a culmination of a number of expectations that were put on you. Hence, I see proud faces in the audience and all the celebrations that we had. It's a culmination of all these emotions that you now have. Some of you, I could see, you had tears on the stage. Some of you were apprehended with nervousness, anxiety. But this is an indication of what it means to be a Unisa graduate. We are a distance learning institution, and unlike Western institutions, the support that we provide to our students is a support that the best we can, despite our resources that are very shrinking every day. But for you to have come this far, it demonstrates your resilience. It demonstrates, if anything, what Mandela, the founding president of the Republic of South Africa, the new one, the recognized one, he said, I want to quote him, a fundamental concern for others in our individual and community lives will be going a far way when society gets and dreams for a better place. Close quotes. We want to believe that we've trained you to make a contribution and make this country a better place. Education is much more than just finishing your qualification. You've acquired your degree, you've acquired your diploma this evening. We expect you to go beyond that. We want to believe that we've trained you for a lifelong life. And the importance of that is to be ethical. We want to believe that what we've built in you is a character of integrity, a character of respecting not just only yourself, but most importantly, yourself first, and other people, other races, cultures, religions, background and circumstances. We want to believe that this integrity that we've instilled through the skills that we've trained you through are going to make you a good Unisan. And I want to end, ladies and gentlemen, graduates, by quoting Thabo Mbeki, our current Chancellor, who is the head of the institution. After him, of course, becomes the Vice Chancellor. One of the celebrated presidents for all his values. I want to open quote. He says, which somehow reiterates what Prof. Madisi said earlier on as he presented his lecture. I think you are a much happier person if you say, even if I get involved in politics, I'm only doing so in order to serve the people. You will sleep much easier, much better, not serving yourself, but having done your best to serve the people. Even if you have not succeeded, at least you will have tried. You haven't stolen anything, and you haven't robbed the people, a close quote. The Chancellor of the university wants you to go out into the world. After this ceremony in particular, most of you, of course, will be out there doing important work with these words in mind, that go out there and do good. Be ethical in everything that you're doing. Hold up high the flag of the university. Your crown has been paid for. Put it on your head and wear it proudly. But with that, ethics and integrity is very important. You are going now to walk out. And of course, all of this you've done not just on your own. It's been a number of years that you've toiled. Unisa students, as I said earlier, they work very hard. Family, you'll know that. Sometimes you will never understand why they're not presenting themselves at family functions, ceremonies, not doing their chores. It's because of the amount of work that we expect of them. I now want you, graduates, to be on your feet. Please stand up. And if you could face your entire body to the audience. This is the family that's made you. And I want you expressing gratitude to them. Indeed, you've lived and survived challenging times, but because of them. And in a form of expressing gratitude, and of course want to cite, now I'm actually expressing my religion here from Colossians 3 verse 23, whatever you do, work with it in all you, with your heart and working hard and with thanksgiving. Just say thank you to family and your supporters. Thank you. While you are on your feet, I want now to turn your entire body onto the stage. These are colleagues that are very minuscule in terms of the number of Unisa colleagues who've made you who you are. Many of them don't get to have the privilege that you have, that we have, I and the colleagues that are on the stage, but they represent a whole lot number of colleagues who've made you, many of whom, of course, you never get to meet, but because of the work that they do as administrators, and those that work as tutors or markers, and a number of lecturers as well as supervisors. We've believed all your sometimes lies, sometimes to say, Ishili assignment. Or during the floods, it went through with the floods. Not because we actually are believers, but because we wanted you to walk the graduation stage and given you a number of changes that we've had. A number of you will be here because of, as you know, a number of university policies where we charm you and push you as much as we possibly can. And my colleagues on the stage represent a number of such. We've believed and we've cajoled you, we've requested you, get your work in, get your chapters in, get your assignment in, get your profiles in. Say thank you to them. They represent a huge number of them. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls with loud voice, I present to you the graduated class of 2022, 2023. There you are. You may be seated. In the spirit of gratitude, I want to express gratitude to the ICC. Of course, it's an extension of the ICC to this place, the exhibition hall, for the work that they have rendered to the university to prepare this hall, and including that, the multimedia colleagues who have made us to sound the manner in which we do, and also as we're streaming right now and shall be on the World Wide Web for the legacy of the university. I want to thank the Office of the Registrar that's represented by Dr. Mieza and all the graduating colleagues in this office in terms of them graduating and doing all the work behind the scenes. I want to express gratitude to the Department of Institutional Advancement with all the work that they do. They will have been in contact with you over the months towards leading to this graduation. And I want to thank colleagues who actually will not be here, whom you've also accompanied me in thanking with a lot of work that they've done. From the Vice Chancellor and Principal of the University, Professor Puleng Linkebula, and the Executive Management of the University that I'm also representing this evening, we're saying congratulations. Nenzengago. Good evening. As we end the ceremony, we will request that you are on your feet. We end it by the national anthem. It is on the last but one page of your program. For those that are not, of course, South Africans, probably will have to refer to it. They don't know the words. We will sing the national anthem. After the national anthem, please remain standing as I dissolve the congregation. Thank you for your resilience and your support for our graduates. Thank you. By the virtue of the powers entrusted to me this evening, as the Acting Vice-Chancellor, I dissolve this congregation of the University of South Africa. Siyabonga.